folks, we wanted to take a few minutes and talk to you about our really great, wonderful, highly resourced blog, which can be found at trans-survivor.com. So that's trans-survivors.com. We have been posting things for a really long time, I think since 2016. And Emil and I are here to just share a little bit about what it is, what you can get from it, what you may want from it, and you will tell us more if you want to make some suggestions about what we can add to it. So Emil, I'm wondering if you could share with us some of the recent posts that you've made or that are coming up to kind of highlight what's coming up.
Absolutely. In April, during Sexual Assault Awareness Month, we did several posts talking about what the month means and ways to prevent sexual assault, kind of really looking at some of the big picture supports that folks need in their lives and in our communities, like housing, consent-based sex education and inclusive education, talking about bodies with each other in ways that are really affirming. We've also started to look at how do we support each other and show up for each other. I think something that's really important to me is building those community connections. And so thinking about, in our own lives as well as in our communities and the work we do, whatever's bringing you to the blog, what are the ways that we can support each other and kind of understand the stuff going on in people's lives that bring them to need support. I'm curious, Michael, having worked on the blog since 2016, if you have any pieces of that history or posts that really stand out to you. There's so much there. What are some things you want people to find when they go looking in the archives?
That's a really good question. One of the really cool things that I like the most about it is that we've got different kinds of posts. So there are some posts that are like book reviews or reviews of something that might be useful to folks as like a practical skill. We have some posts that are really quite personal that share a lot of personal information that's woven into a story. We have other posts that are kind of a blend of a resource, a skill, something that people can integrate into their life. And then some of it is awareness building. So like Emil has written some things on Sexual Assault Awareness Month. We've had some things that are posted about Mental Health Awareness Month. We'll have some stuff that's posted about trans joy. We've had other things that are posted like about meditation and mindfulness. So there's like a whole range of content that is going to reach out and grab different people's attention, different styles of what they like to read or not read. So there's really a lot of different kinds of things for people.
And that reminds me to just give a shout out to Pride Month and what we have coming for the blog. This year for Pride is a little bit of everything. You're talking about how to be and feel safer at Pride, how to engage with Pride in ways that feel affirming to different folks, knowing that we are all in different places, both in our lives and literally geographically in different places. And what can that mean for Pride? And also on the more personal level, finding pride in ourselves, in our full selves. I know I have a post coming that I've been calling, pride without perfectionism or pride in the messy parts. We'll see what the actual title is, but really, unpacking some of the things that have gotten in the way of having that joy-filled pride for me.
So Emil, what would you say the blog is? Who would you say it's for? Who should come and visit? You can say everybody. That's easy, right? It's like everybody should come.
But everybody should come.
All right.
Everybody should come, but really, there is so much depth and different voices on the blog, interviews, practical skills, personal reflections that I think anyone can get stuff from it. Whatever kind of you're looking for, tools to help provide, services. If you're an advocate, a therapist, a teacher, anything like that. If you're a parent, a family member, um, you yourself are trans or non-binary, you're in loving community with folks, you're not sure, you want to learn more. There's just so many different pieces there that I think uh, probably everyone can find something.
Good answer. So the original intent was for trans survivors of violence. And I agree that it's really now more than just for trans survivors or loved ones. It really kind of expands and shares skills that are useful for everyone or for people to share with people in their lives. So it may not be directly about what they might need, but about what their sibling might need, or their coworker, or their neighbor, or someone that they love and care about. So it really is something that people can share with each other, talk about with each other, as well as gain for themselves about maybe some of what they need for their own healing.
And I'd just like to add to that, thinking about originally it being for trans survivors, one of the things that Michael and I have talked a lot about since I've been working at Forge is, how the words we use to describe ourselves and the words people use to describe themselves. And I know for so many people who've experienced violence of some kind, you may or may not use the word survivor. You may not or may not use the word trans to describe yourself. And so we don't want those words to limit who comes to the blog. And while embracing and really, being grounded in that experience of knowing, the healing and support and community that comes when trans and non-binary community and the community, loving community around us, and survivors and loving community around survivors comes together. So I think that's a really special piece of this is being able to see yourselves in what different people share.